The station floated in silence. No alarms were ringing anywhere. No voices echoed through halls. Everything felt cold and empty. But something was deeply wrong. Aliens stood still like statues. Their eyes were wide open. Their bodies refused all movement. Fear was growing inside them. No one understood what happened. A human stood in center. Calm face, no visible emotion. Hands empty, no visible weapons. Eyes cold like deep space. He slowly looked around them. One alien tried speaking softly. His voice shook with fear. "What did you just do?" The human did not answer. He only kept watching silently. Moments passed like endless hours. No one dared to move. No one dared to breathe loudly. The silence became very heavy. Then the human finally spoke. "We warned you before this." His voice was low, steady. No anger, no loud emotion, just simple, cold truth spoken. The aliens felt something change. Far away, across the galaxy, another meeting was happening quietly. The Galactic Council gathered together. Many species filled the chamber, all powerful, all very confident. They talked about humans again, a small, emotional, strange species, known for kindness and cooperation, known for helping weaker civilizations. Many aliens saw them as weak. "They avoid war at all costs," one general spoke with pride. "They show mercy every time." Another leader laughed loudly. "They are easy to control." Some aliens disagreed quietly inside, but they did not speak. Humans were different from others, but difference looked like weakness, and weakness invited dangerous decisions. A final vote was taken. The decision was now clear. Humans would be tested soon. Their limits would be pushed. Their reactions would be studied. Small human colonies were targeted. Nothing too large or obvious, just enough to create pressure, just enough to see response. Aliens wanted simple confirmation only. The first colony was attacked. No warning was given beforehand. No communication was sent either. The strike was fast and clean. Aliens expected panic and chaos. But humans did something strange. They did not react immediately. No counterattack was launched. No angry message was sent. Just silence from human side. Aliens began to laugh loudly. "They are scared of us," one commander said proudly. "They will surrender very soon." Confidence filled every alien mind. More colonies were quietly attacked. Still no response from humans. Trade ships suddenly stopped moving. Communication channels went completely dark. Humans seemed to disappear everywhere. The galaxy started noticing changes. Human stations became strangely empty. Human fleets could not be found. No signals came from Earth. Everything about them felt wrong. Some leaders felt small concern. This silence is not normal. But others ignored the warning signs. "They are collapsing under pressure," a general said with confidence. Back at the frozen station, the alien commander looked terrified. He struggled to move slightly. His body slowly responded again. Fear filled his entire being. He looked at the human. "What are you doing now?" His voice was still shaking. The human turned toward him slowly, eyes colder than before now. "We are making a choice," the human spoke, very calmly.
a choice you forced upon us. No anger, just simple statement. That made it more terrifying. The alien felt deep confusion. "What choice are you making?" he asked with weak voice. The human paused for seconds, then gave a quiet answer. "We are removing something unnecessary." The alien did not understand. "What do you mean exactly?" The human looked directly forward and said one final line. "Emotion is no longer required." Silence filled the station again. The meaning slowly became clear. Humans were changing something fundamental, something that defined their nature, and that change had already begun. Across distant human worlds, people worked without speaking much. No panic, no loud fear. Everything moved with quiet purpose. Every action was carefully planned. Leaders gave calm instructions everywhere. No shouting, no emotional speeches, only clear and direct commands. Everyone followed without hesitation. Unity became something very different. A human admiral stood observing. Stars reflected inside his eyes. Reports came in continuously, each one worse than before, but his face never changed. "Continue Phase 1 operations," he spoke in steady tone. No doubt, no second guessing. Everything was already decided earlier. The plan was now in motion. Another officer asked quietly, "Should we warn them again?" The admiral looked at him for a brief silent moment, then gave a simple answer. "No, they already chose this." Back in the council chamber, news finally started arriving slowly. Human activity became impossible tracking. Entire systems went completely silent. This was not normal retreat behavior. A worried voice finally spoke. "This does not feel right." Another leader frowned slightly. "What are you suggesting now?" The room grew tense again. "They are not running away." The voice became more serious. "They are preparing something bigger." Silence followed that statement instantly. Doubt began spreading slowly now, but pride was still very strong. "We control this entire galaxy," a general spoke with confidence. "They cannot threaten us seriously." Many leaders agreed with him. Yet, far beyond their vision, humans were already moving silently, not with anger or revenge, but with something much colder, something much more dangerous. The first mistake was made, and soon the galaxy would understand everything.
The galaxy waited in confusion. Humans gave no clear response. No messages came from Earth. No ships entered known systems. Everything felt strangely very quiet. Trade routes became completely empty. Human cargo ships disappeared suddenly. Supply lines stopped without warning. Markets began feeling the pressure. Still, humans said absolutely nothing. Alien leaders watched with curiosity. "They are weakening day by day," one commander said with confidence. "They cannot survive this pressure long." Others agreed without much thinking. But some felt deep concern inside. "This silence feels very unnatural." A scientist spoke very carefully. "No species acts like this normally." Few listened to that warning. Scouts were sent toward human space. Fast ships with advanced sensors deployed. Their mission was simple and clear: find humans and report movements quickly. They expected easy answers ahead. The first scout reached a planet, a known human colony world,
But something felt deeply wrong there. No signals came from surface. No lights were visible anywhere. The ship landed very slowly. Doors opened with careful movement. Aliens stepped onto silent ground. Air was calm and still. No life signs detected around. Buildings stood perfectly untouched there. No damage, no visible destruction. Everything looked normal from outside, but inside everything was empty. Not a single human remained. Rooms were clean and organized. Machines were powered down safely. Food supplies were neatly stored. Nothing was taken in panic. Everything felt planned and controlled. The scouts searched every area, from homes to command centers, but found nothing at all. No bodies, no struggle signs, only silence followed them everywhere. Then they found one message, a simple screen still active, one line written in clear text. It was short and direct. It felt cold and serious. "Do not follow us." The words created deep unease. "This is not normal evacuation," one scout whispered in fear. "They left everything behind willingly." Another nodded slowly. "They want us to read this." The report was sent quickly, back to the waiting council. Leaders read it in silence. For the first time, doubt grew. Something was not going right. Meanwhile, more reports arrived fast. Other colonies showed same pattern. Empty cities, silent systems, no humans anywhere at all. Only that same warning message: "Do not follow us." Panic started spreading slowly now. "Where did all humans go?" a leader asked with concern. No one had clear answers. The situation became very strange. Back in hidden human space, things were very different now. Massive fleets moved in darkness. Ships traveled without active signals. Everything stayed hidden from detection. Inside one command ship, humans worked without emotion. No jokes, no casual talk, only focused, quiet actions. Every move was carefully calculated. A young officer spoke softly. "Phase 2 is almost ready." The commander looked at data screens. His face showed no reaction. Only cold focus remained there. "Proceed without any delay." Orders moved across all fleets. Every ship changed direction silently. Every system adjusted for next step. No hesitation was seen anywhere. Everything felt precise and controlled. Human scientists worked without rest. They studied enemy behavior deeply. Every weakness was carefully noted. Every pattern was fully understood. Nothing was left to chance. Emotion was no longer leading. Logic controlled every single decision. Fear had no place anymore. Anger was completely removed, too. Only purpose remained inside them. Back at the alien headquarters, tension grew with every report. "This cannot be simple retreat," one advisor said with worry. "They are planning something unseen." A general slammed his table. "We will find them anyway." His voice showed rising frustration. "They cannot hide forever from us." Others nodded, but felt unsure. More reports were sent forward, deeper into unknown human regions, but one by one they vanished. No signals returned, no wreckage was ever found. It was like they disappeared. Fear began spreading quietly now. Not loud panic, but something deeper, something cold and very unsettling. Humans were not acting normal, and that made them dangerous. Back on the empty colony, the message screen still glowed softly. Wind moved dust across floor. Silence ruled everything around there. But something had been left behind. A hidden system activated slowly, watching any visitor carefully, recording every movement made, sending data back to humans. Even now, they were observing. "They are watching us still," a scout whispered in fear. Though no human was present, the feeling never left them, like unseen eyes followed them. Back in Human Command Center, data from scouts was received. Every alien move was tracked. Every reaction was analyzed deeply. Nothing escaped human awareness now. "They took the bait successfully," an analyst said in a calm voice. "They are confused and searching blindly." The commander nodded slightly once. Everything was going as planned. No direct engagement yet. The order was very clear. Humans would not attack first. They would wait and observe more. Let aliens move without understanding. Let them step into traps slowly. Back in the council chamber, a final meeting was called urgently. All leaders gathered once again, this time without any confidence. The room felt heavy and tense. "We made a serious mistake," one elder finally admitted quietly. Silence followed his honest words. No one argued against him. Deep down, all knew truth. But it was already too late. Far in the dark space, human fleets stopped moving suddenly. All ships entered silent positions, systems powered but hidden completely, waiting for the next moment. The commander gave one signal, a single command across fleets, simple, cold, final decision. "Prepare for Phase 3. And somewhere in the galaxy, aliens were already too close.
Dark space remained completely silent. Human fleets waited without movement. No lights revealed their positions. Everything stayed hidden and controlled. The trap was already prepared. Alien fleets moved forward confidently. They searched for human presence. Sensors scanned empty space constantly, but found nothing at all. Still, they continued deeper inside. "This area feels very wrong," one officer said with concern. "No signals, no life detected." The commander ignored the warning. "Humans are hiding from us." Their ships entered a sector. It looked normal from outside. Stars shined like always before. Space looked calm and empty. Nothing suggested any hidden danger. Then systems started failing suddenly. Lights flickered across control rooms. Navigation tools stopped responding properly. Weapons went offline without reason. Panic slowly began spreading inside. "What is happening right now?" crew members shouted in confusion. Engineers tried fixing systems quickly, but nothing responded to commands. Everything felt locked from outside. Then a signal appeared suddenly. A human transmission reached them. Clear voice filled every speaker. Calm, cold, completely emotionless. It spoke only simple words. "You entered restricted human zone." The commander felt sudden fear. "Show yourselves and face us," he shouted with forced confidence. But no answer came back. Only silence answered his demand. Then space itself seemed changing. Gravity shifted around their ships.
Engines failed under strange pressure. Ships drifted without any control. Something invisible held them tightly. "They control the environment here," an officer whispered in shock. "This is not normal technology." Fear grew stronger inside everyone. They realized something very important. Humans were not fighting normally. Hidden human ships revealed slowly. Dark shapes appeared from shadows. No loud engines, no bright lights. They moved like silent hunters, watching trapped alien fleet carefully. Human commanders observed every detail. No excitement, no loud commands. Everything was calm and precise. Each action already calculated before. Nothing left to random chance. "Begin system isolation phase now." A quiet order was given. Human ships activated strange fields. Alien systems shut down completely. Weapons became useless instantly. Even communication was fully blocked. Alien ships floated like lifeless objects. No power, no movement possible. Only fear remained inside them. They could not even escape. They were completely at mercy. Inside human command ship, officers watched screens without emotion. Data flowed across displays constantly. Enemy status updated every second. Everything remained under full control. "They cannot fight back anymore," one officer reported calmly there. The commander nodded once slightly. No smile, no visible reaction. Only the next step mattered now. Proceed with containment protocol. A quiet order was given. Human drones moved toward alien ships. Small machines with precise movement. They entered ships without resistance, secured every critical location inside. No violence, only total control. Alien crew members stood frozen, not by force, but fear. Humans did not attack directly. They simply removed all options. That was far more terrifying. "They are not destroying us," one alien whispered in shock. Another one looked completely lost. "This is far worse than war." Back in distant systems, other alien fleets received updates. Reports sounded impossible to believe. Entire fleet captured without battle. No explosions, no visible damage. "This cannot be real information," a general said with disbelief. "No species fights like this." But more reports kept arriving, all showing same exact pattern. Human strategy became clearer slowly. They avoided open chaotic battles. They controlled space itself instead, turned environments into deadly traps, used patience as strongest weapon. "They think like predators," a scientist said very quietly. "Not emotional, not reactive anymore." The room fell into silence. That truth felt deeply disturbing. Back in captured alien fleet, a message played on screens. Same calm human voice again. No anger, no loud threats, only clear and simple statement. "You are no longer threat." The words felt extremely cold. No pride, no victory shown, just a simple conclusion delivered. That made it more unsettling. Humans did not become monsters, an alien officer whispered slowly. Another one shook his head. No, something else happened here. Fear filled his final words. They stopped pretending weakness. Back in Human Command Center, the commander watched silent screens, captured fleet status fully stable, no resistance anywhere detected, everything under perfect control now. Send final report to Council. The order was simple and direct. Humans wanted them to understand this was not full power yet, only a small demonstration given, a warning without loud words. Far across the galaxy, that message finally arrived there. Council members read it silently. No one spoke for moments. The truth became very clear. Humans were not weak species. They were something far different, and they had just awakened. Somewhere in deep dark space, more human fleets began moving, slow, silent, perfectly coordinated, preparing for the next calculated step. The galaxy was already changing, and fear had only started.
The galaxy changed very quickly, not with fire or destruction, but with silence and fear. Humans moved without being seen, their presence felt everywhere now. Alien systems began shutting down, not destroyed, just controlled silently. Ships stopped working in space. Stations lost power without warning. Everything felt carefully planned out. No explosions, no loud battles, no signs of open war. Yet empires started losing control. Leaders could not understand it. This was something completely different. Reports arrived from many regions. All told the same story. Humans appeared without warning signs, then systems failed instantly everywhere. No one could resist them. "They are inside our networks," one expert said with fear. "They control everything we built." Another leader looked completely shocked. "How is this even possible?" No answer came to that question. Only more systems went offline. Communication lines broke down everywhere. Fleets lost contact with command. Chaos grew without visible enemy. But humans were always watching, hidden behind silent, dark space, observing every move carefully made, learning faster than anyone expected, adapting to every single response. Inside one alien capital world, leaders gathered in emergency meeting. The room felt heavy with fear. Confidence was completely gone now. Only questions filled their minds. "We must talk with humans," one leader finally suggested quietly. "We need to stop this quickly." Others nodded without argument now. The situation had changed completely. A message was sent outward, clear signal toward human space. No threats, no proud tone, only request for communication now. They were ready to listen finally. Far away, humans received it. Command Center analyzed message carefully. Every word was studied deeply. Every intention fully understood there. Nothing was taken at surface. The commander looked at screen, eyes calm and completely still. He waited a few seconds, then gave a short response. "Connection denied at this moment." The message was sent back instantly, cold, direct, no explanation given. Alien leaders felt rising panic. "We are losing everything slowly." Fear now replaced their pride. Back in controlled alien systems, humans continued silent operations there.
They restored some systems briefly, only to send one clear message, displayed across every visible screen. "We are still observing you." The word spread everywhere quickly. Every species saw that message. It created deep psychological fear. Humans were always watching them, even when they were unseen. Alien civilians felt growing tension. No one understood what happened. No visible enemy to fight. No clear war to follow. Only silent control everywhere now. "They do not hate us," one thinker said very quietly. "They just removed all emotion." Others listened with deep concern. That idea felt very dangerous. Back in captured alien fleet, crew members were still contained safely. Humans gave them basic support: food, air, stable conditions maintained, no cruelty, no harsh actions. This confused them even more. "If they hate us, why help?" one alien asked in confusion. Another one answered slowly there: "They do not feel hate anymore." That answer felt deeply unsettling. Inside human command ship, officers monitored all active zones, every system under full observation, every reaction carefully recorded there. Nothing was left without analysis. "They are beginning to understand," an analyst reported calmly now. "Fear levels increasing across systems." The commander nodded very slightly. Everything was moving as expected. "Prepare next controlled release phase." Orders moved across human fleets, not for attack or destruction, but for further demonstration only, a calculated show of ability designed to shape alien decisions. In one distant alien system, a fleet prepared defensive positions, weapons charged and ready for action. They expected human arrival soon. Tension filled every single ship. Then space became quiet again. Human ships appeared without warning. No attack came from them. No aggressive movement was seen. They simply stayed at distance. Alien weapons aimed forward, waiting for any hostile action. But humans did absolutely nothing, just remained there silently watching. That silence became unbearable quickly. "Why are they not attacking?" one officer asked nervously now. The commander could not answer. This was beyond normal strategy. Humans were controlling the situation. Then alien weapons powered down, without any visible interference. Systems simply stopped responding again. The fleet became completely helpless, just like others before them. A human message followed immediately: "You still do not understand." No anger, no loud threat, just calm and simple statement. That made it far more powerful. Humans were teaching them something, but lesson felt deeply frightening. Back in council chamber, leaders sat in heavy silence. No plans remained effective anymore. No strategy worked against humans. Everything failed before even starting. "What do they really want?" one leader asked quietly there. No one had clear answer. Only one truth became obvious: humans were fully in control, and they were still holding back. That realization created deeper fear. If this was not full strength, then what would come next? Far beyond visible space, human fleets adjusted position slowly, preparing for final phase ahead, not to destroy the galaxy, but to define its future. The commander gave final words. "They are ready to listen now." Silence followed that statement. Then one last command was given: prepare for final communication. And across the galaxy, everyone was finally paying attention.
The galaxy waited in silence. No one moved without thinking. No one acted without fear. Humans changed everything completely, and they knew it clearly. All major systems were stable, controlled but not fully taken. Humans held quiet authority now, without crowns or loud power, just presence everywhere at once. The council gathered once more, this time without any pride. No one spoke with confidence, only truth mattered in moment. They had learned something important. Humans were never truly weak. They were choosing to be gentle. A message was sent again, not with orders or demands, but with honest intention now, a request to finally understand. They were ready to listen. Far away, humans received signal. Command Center processed it quickly. No delay, no emotional reaction, only clear decision made calmly. The commander looked forward silently. Open communication channel now. The connection formed instantly there. For the first time since silence, humans and aliens faced directly. No filters, no hidden meaning, just truth between both sides. A council leader spoke slowly. His voice showed deep respect. "We were wrong about you." Silence followed his simple words. Humans listened without interruption. "We saw you as weak," he continued with steady tone. "We did not understand you." His eyes showed quiet regret. The room stayed completely silent. The human commander responded calmly. No anger showed in his face, no pride in his voice, just simple truth once again. "You misunderstood our choice." The words felt heavy inside. Aliens waited for more explanation. They needed to hear everything, to understand what they faced, to understand humans fully now. "We are from a death world," the commander said very calmly. "Harsh environment shaped our nature. Survival required constant adaptation always. We learned control very early." The council listened carefully now. "We can endure extreme conditions. We can think under pressure. We can act without hesitation. But we chose restraint instead, because power needs responsibility." Silence filled the connection deeply. "We showed you our kindness. We offered cooperation and peace. We gave chances to understand us, but you chose another path." No anger followed those words. Only truth remained between them. The alien leader lowered head slowly. "We accept our mistake fully. We ask for peace again. We will not repeat actions." His voice carried honest intent. Humans remained silent for a moment. The commander observed carefully again. Every word was being analyzed. Every tone was understood clearly. Nothing was taken lightly now. Finally, he gave an answer. "We will not continue escalation." Relief spread across the council, but the commander was not finished. His eyes remained cold and steady, and his voice stayed calm.
But understand this clearly now. The room became tense again. We have not changed today. This is our true nature. We simply stopped holding back, and we can do it again. The message was very clear. Fear returned, but different now. Not panic, not blind terror, but deep and respectful understanding. Humans were something beyond expectation, something controlled and very powerful. The commander continued speaking calmly. We do not seek domination. We do not seek destruction. We only seek balanced coexistence, but that requires mutual respect, not assumption of weakness again. The council nodded slowly together. They finally understood everything now. Not just human strength or power, but their decision to restrain it. That was the real difference. Humans ended system control gradually. Power returned to alien networks. Ships regained normal functionality again. Communication lines restored fully everywhere. Life returned to normal slowly. But something had changed forever. The memory of silence remained. The feeling of being watched remained. The understanding of human nature remained. Nothing would ever feel the same. The galaxy had learned deeply. Humans did not celebrate victory. No grand announcements were made. No claims of power declared. They simply returned to silence, just like before everything started. But now it was different. Every species remembered clearly. Kindness was a choice humans made, not a sign of weakness. And that choice had limits. Limits no one would test again. A final message was shared, not from command or leaders, but across human networks everywhere. Simple words with deep meaning, sent quietly across the galaxy. We are still choosing. Those words echoed in minds, long after signals disappeared completely. They carried both hope and warning, a balance between peace and power, a reminder for all civilizations. And for the first time, the galaxy understood something new. Peace was not always safe. Sometimes it depended on who chose